What's going on, everybody? It's time to talk some real football. That's right, some Auburn Tigers. Going to take a little bit of a short look at like what we're going to be expecting and what we're going to want to see. Their first game of the year is going to be against Alabama A&M, which obviously is a smaller school, but it is a perfect game for Auburn to be able to come off last year, which was disappointing, and be able to make like a name for themselves, or at least like get their team together. And do all that, work out the kinks and everything. It's almost like a preseason game for the NFL, although I don't want to disrespect the smaller school because New Mexico State put the whooping on us last year, which was also embarrassing, just disgraceful. But with that being said, Auburn Tigers, man, the things that everybody's excited for is obviously the wide receiver room. We went through the portal. We went through regular recruiting and just picked up a ton of guys, all of them talented out there. Just all across the board. Just it's going to be amazing to sit here and watch those young wide receivers mixed in with some ones with experience to go out there and do their thing. It's going to be exciting also to see how fast they get on the field and all that. The running back room looks super great. That's been that way. It's been set in stone with the guys that we got back there. You can't even go wrong with any of them. To me, it's going to be probably a shared workload, keeping a fresh tread on the tires, like some people like to say. One of the big questions is going to be Peyton Thorne, the quarterback. Is he going to be able to go out there in games like this, take care of business, go sit on the bench and let some of our younger players at quarterback be able to get in there like Hank Brown and Walker White and do a couple of things during the game? That's one of the things we've been falling into trouble. Like when we're supposed to take care of business and beat a team soundly so that we can throw in some of our backups and get them some playing time, we're not allowed to do it because everybody keeps hanging around and the game's unsure and everything else. So that's one of the things I hope they clean up this year. Defense looks pretty solid. We got a new defensive coordinator. I like the way that this guy calls plays and stuff, watching some of the things that he did at some of his other stops. He's just really creative and everything and causes havoc up there, especially with the front seven in the defense. So I'm looking for Auburn to probably have more sacks and stuff this year, be more disruptive, which can be a good thing. Although you go up against a quarterback that's really good and can read all those things, maybe it's not the best thing in the world. So it's just going to be entertaining to watch and see how this team progresses. We have a top 10 recruiting class that came in this year. Right now for next year, we're in the top 5 recruiting. And in 2026, we're pretty high up there already. And I know that's like a couple years away and you never know what these kids are going to do, but just the momentum that we have. The biggest game of the season, of the first part of the season, is going to be getting through the first 4 unscathed and then hitting that 5th game when we go up against Oklahoma. That's going to be a pivotal game. If Auburn can squeeze out a win and go 5-0 and beat Oklahoma, you're talking about a season that could possibly be great. You got 8 home games. So let's just say you won all 8 home games. If you can just win one road game out of the 4, and you're talking about a 9-3 season. And I do suspect that this team may lose one you think they should win, but I do think on the flip side, they're going to beat a team that people don't think they're going to win. Maybe like a Georgia, maybe like an Alabama. It's going to be pretty interesting to see that because right now Auburn is dominating the state of Alabama with recruits. Alabama is not doing so hot right now. Like as far as in state, they're still doing good, right? They're still doing really well, like outside the state of Alabama. But right now, Auburn's like dominating the state of Alabama as far as recruiting. And that's like a big telltale sign to me. Get those kids, the ones that are at home, they know whatever, they know everything. They know the area. They're comfortable with it. They're not far from home and that kind of thing. And it seems like that helps kids a lot because a lot of times kids travel across the country to play for a team and things don't work out perfectly. They're like the first ones to hit the transfer portal and everything else. So I'm really proud of what Hugh Freeze has done during the offseason, technically the offseason of both years. I know, like I said, last year was rough, but I think he was put behind the 8 ball because, man, dude, Harsin didn't leave him nothing. And so I am excited. I think a lot of the fans are excited. I can't wait to see the crowd in Jordan-Hare Stadium Saturday night for the first time this year and see what kind of support they give, even though it's like a smaller game, not as big of a game. I do think that they're excited. They see the recruits and we also have Deuce coming in. Like he's coming to visit. He's right now committed to Notre Dame. He hasn't changed his commitment yet, but this could be a big sign. And if he signs on with next year's class, you're talking about a almost guaranteed top 5 recruiting class, which I haven't seen in Auburn in a long time. So this looks good. Good luck to the boys. Good luck to Hugh Freeze and everything. Let's get the season started off correctly. I want this game to get out of hand enough to where I can see some either Walker White or definitely a lot of Hank Brown, the number 2, the guy who earned the job during the offseason. But yes, pretty exciting stuff, man. I ain't over here booging too hard because I ain't like some of these people that be trying to act like we might go 10-2 and everything. I don't think that's on the table this year. But I do think sneaky chance of going 9-3. My record, I'm saying we win the home games, we lose the road games, and we go like 8-4. That's what I'm looking at right now. Hey, put down in the comments what you think the Auburn Tigers are going to be able to do. I'll throw some of these shorter videos on the channel more often, talking about Auburn mainly, but I will talk about big things like in the sport. Like Florida State just got whooped by Georgia Tech. Bro, I don't know what the heck that was, man. What was y'all doing? Florida State, man. Like, bro, come on, dude. Maybe Georgia Tech's better than what people expected, but that's one of the things about preseason rankings, though, as well. We don't know some of these teams, even teams that bring back a lot of things. You never know, like, how the team's going to react, but they did lose a lot. There's a lot of players that they lost to the NFL draft. There's only 2 teams right now that I think that can just lose a lot like that and just put players in and still have really talented players across the board that are super good and ready to play. And that's Alabama and Georgia. And we're going to see if Alabama holds on to that without having Nick Saban. Georgia right now, they took Alabama's spot to me when it comes to the powerhouses. I think Georgia's the powerhouse of the entire college football setting. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Let's have a great season. And like I said, subscribe to the channel. I'll be putting out more videos like this whenever news comes in. And we're going to get this thing started, man. It's kind of new. I usually do the Let's Get Ready entertainment channel talking about movies and stuff. But I do like sports. And I'm going to start doing some of this shorter form content. So thank you guys. Until next time. Peace.